a.m. just waiting for this lesson. That's why. Because,
Cool. And you've beaten Lydia.
Hello.
Lydia, hello.
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I have problem with voice microphone today. I don't know why.
Yeah, we can hear you well, and there is no echo. Good.
Really?
until.
I think my echo create my member or family members when they come in kitchen and do something like drink tea or something that's like that.
Maybe, yeah. But I don't know, I think sometimes are you using headphones now and a headset with a microphone?
No, I don't use a headphone.
Yeah, we know about it.
So if you're using speakers, you know,
I know. Now I don't use, but before when many people hear echo, I use headphone. It's
Oh.
a strange situation, but it's mysterious.
I actually had a similar problem, but it wasn't the echo. It was more to do with my microphone. So what I had to do is change the settings. You know, at the very top of the Hangout video, there is a settings wheel or something. And you can click on that and then go to the microphone settings, and you choose. You might have two different options. So just change it to the other one if you have that echo problem again. That is. Not now. Now it's perfect. Don't change anything.
I know Pechenюshkin always banter me about
Yeah. Sorry for that. But without echo, there is no banters. Yeah, I am glad to see you.
I know it's annoying and annoying
a little bit.
people, but I can't change something.
Thank you for your precautions. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we're all having a good time. That's really good. We all get along very well.
Yeah. I think it's because we have a distance.
Really? What would you do if you will be
in a real classroom?
Yes.
Who knows? I think if we were in a real classroom, we might not have as much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think now we have a bit more fun because we're kind of more relaxed. We are comfort zone.
Yeah.
In class you kind of tend to be a bit more shy, I believe. This is, I mean, generally from my experience, what I can tell from students. Students usually are a little bit more reserved, and especially when there are more students in the class. Hello, Rinat. Good to see you.
Hello, hello. Good to see you too. Nice.
Welcome. Yeah, it's nice to see you. Did you have a productive day at school, even though you had no students?
I guess I can say this has been some kind of productive day for me. One of them. Not the productivest, but still good day.
Not the most productive, but still okay.
Yeah.
And do you know if the students are returning tomorrow, or will it be the same?
No, I think I just watched the temperature outside. It is 36, minus 36, so most likely tomorrow is going to be again day off for our students. So. And it's good for us. On the second hand, we can have a little bit relaxed time, relaxation.
Yeah, in one hand it's good. It's good for you because you can kind of relax and maybe prepare ahead or in advance. So when the students do return, you can prepare for the whole week or 2 weeks, in advance, which is good. Yeah. Hello, Ksenia. Good to see you.
Hello, good to see you too. And Aza, Lydia, Pichilюшкина, and Renat.
Thanks. It's mutual.
How's your weekend, Ksenia?
It was a good weekend for me and the usual. I watched many movies on English.
Did you watch The Birdman?
Birdman? What is it?
I don't know. Were you there when we discussed it? Stas mentioned it. He was interested in this movie called The Birdman.
Yeah, it's
In Russian? What?
It calls like this. Birdman, it's one of the main films in Oscar nomination and Golden Globe. And we're pretty strange that you never heard about this.
It's a new one?
Yeah, it was the premiere in Russia was in this Thursday.
Today?
Thursday.
On Thursday, yeah?
On next Thursday, sorry.
It's,
on the previous Thursday.
What country is this film?
США, United States. The 22nd of January.
Yeah, and what about this other movie that I think one of you mentioned? It was a Russian movie, which...
Leviathan?
Yes.
It would be only in February, unfortunately.
Yes. It's not out yet, I remember, yeah.
In Russia, but I thought in foreign countries where it was premiere.
Yeah, but not officially, I believe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. I think officially it's supposed to be released in April everywhere.
5th of February will be in Russia probably.
So,
Человек, это население деревни или поселка?
Поселок.
Hello, Maxim.
Hello, Alan.
Was that who was that you're speaking to?
It's my girl.
Your girlfriend, yeah?
Yeah.
Lovely. I didn't understand a thing. You want to translate?
She asking me. She asking me about how many population in the village, and she asked me 5,000 people is population of village or maybe the town.
Oh, I see. Which village?
A small village. No, maybe difference between village and the country. How much measures between population? How many people lives in village or how many people lives in a town?
I see.
I say to her that there is no difference between how many people lives in a town or in the village, because it measures with how many structure like banks, restaurants, cafe, churches, and others. And,
good. Yeah, very good. Yeah, it kind of depends. It does depend on other things, but a town is considered still bigger than a village. Yeah. So you have the city or even a large city, then city, and then we have a large town, which a large town can consist up to 100,000 people. Yeah. And then a normal town, something between 1,000 to 20,000. Okay. However, a village is less than 1,000.
less than 1,000.
Yeah. So if you want to actually know about the population, there is a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that it can measure between architectural buildings and maybe it not depends on population, because it has a little difference. When town have a school, church, maybe another buildings, it's more comfortable that town have one school and there is no other objects in it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so certain buildings do. A place has to have certain buildings in order for it to be qualified as a city, for example. You gotta have a cathedral. It depends, I think, from country to country. All right. So, how was your weekend, Maxim? What did you get up to?
What?
How was your weekend? What did you get up to?
It's I go to the shops and have a little shopping. Have a little shopping with my girlfriend.
Mm,
And,
nice.
and that's all. Every day every day I go to the shops, many shops.
Oh, so you like to shop? Yeah.
Yesterday, yeah, a clothing and mm, boots.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Yeah, usually we say a shopping spree when you go on a big day out of shopping. You buy a lot of things. You go on a shopping spree. We call that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Hello, Irina.
Hi everybody.
Hello. How was your weekend?
I have a great weekend. I visited my parents, so have a nice time.
Very good, very good. Excellent. Yeah, my weekend was pretty cool as well. I had a friend, I think I mentioned it last time, he came from Australia. Originally he's Egyptian, he's from Egypt, but I met him when I was in Perth, and yeah, he came to England for a short trip, and I picked him up, from Manchester, and took him around a little bit. So it was nice to see him. And then I watched football. Yes. All right, guys, I think we'll get started. Very interesting what we're going to talk about now. This our discussion starter is about zoos. Yes. Okay, so some animal rights groups think that captivity is cruel and unnecessary. Others think zoos are educational.
Sorry for interrupting you. Can you make
it larger?
Bigger, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Yeah, no problems. And yeah, so how did we learn so much about the T-Rex without observing it in person? Very interesting question. Yeah, okay, so I will play the audio, and you guys just sit back, relax, and listen to it, and then we will get into the discussion.
What is T-Rex?
T-Rex, you know the dinosaur?
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, I think I've read it.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go.
Is it cruel to place animals in zoos? Will zoos one day be banned in your country? What's the difference between a zoo and an animal refuge? Do you enjoy watching whales or dolphins in aquariums? Zoos. Can we live without them? Did you go to zoos as a child? Could we live without zoos? Some zoological parks are educational. Modernized zoos in large cities use profits for wildlife protection and research. Smaller zoos have limited funding. It is very costly to build zoo enclosures that function like an animal's natural habitat. Some animal rights groups think captivity is cruel and unnecessary. They argue that animals should never be caged for public viewing. Will future zoos be limited to endangered species parks and animal refuges? Many aquariums are moving in this direction. The new focus is on rehabilitation for animals rather than entertainment for humans. Reintroducing captive animals to a natural habitat is tricky. Hunting in forests and oceans can be less attractive than being hand-fed by humans. Many rehabilitated animals are rejected by their own species. Trainers understand that it is risky to work with wild animals. The zoo debate heats up whenever a deadly attack occurs in public. We know a lot about animal behavior from zoos. We also know a lot about dinosaurs. How did we learn so much about the T-Rex without observing it in person?
I think that's all.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Hello, Cyril. Welcome.
Hi, Alan. Thank you.
I think you joined just in time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just as I started to play the audio. Very good. Okay, so let us have a look and discuss this interesting topic. Should we have zoos? What do you think? Is it cruel to place them in zoos?
Well, I think it depends on treatment.
Oh, interesting. Yes.
If, for example, if it's a wide zoo with a lot of place and they feed them and they don't need to be scary for their existence, you know, and just they are living without nature predators. So I think sometimes it's okay, but I think it's not okay in our zoos, you know. Remember I told you about yellow bear, which once was a white bear.
And I guess
Oh,
I
wasn't
would
you?
say
Maybe it was a different class. I don't
Yeah.
remember. Yeah,
I
very
think
interesting points. Yeah. Renat?
I think I would agree with Kirill.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we should to have those. It is, you know, educational, so youngsters, these younger students can see with their own eyes this real, alive, different kind of animals face to face. And it's not only one reason. The second reason, with the help of zoos, we can save them. So I think this one, the second one, is becoming much important nowadays.
Yeah. I personally, I don't want to tell you what I think, but I want to hear what the other students think for now.
Actually,
Anyone else? Arina?
Yes, I don't have exactly answer to this question, but I was in zoo 2 times. First time it was in Ukraine, and second time as well in France. And both time I was very disappointed and very sad because it's animals suffer sometimes from.
Yeah, because of bad conditions.
Yes, from bad conditions.
I think the bad conditions in Denmark. Did you heard story about lion in the Denmark zoo?
No.
No.
A recent story?
Yeah, maybe 6 months ago they just killed this lion, and I don't understand why. They just need to. They said that we need to kill him. So like this in Copenhagen, I think. Talking about zoos, I don't know. I think all these animals now, it's they not captured. They just born in zoos. Maybe 100 years ago they were captured, but now they are rare. They don't need to.
Like a generations of zoo.
Yeah, and if they will rehabitat, I don't know, in the wild, they don't need anybody because their neighbors, I don't know, their species, they don't communicate with it. They have no choice, and here, good conditions, there is food, no dangerous, no predators, and it's first thing. And second thing is it's educational because zoologists. Painters and a lot of people with educational purposes can just go to the zoo and so see the animal. I think it's awesome. It's cool. I was in Moscow Zoo a lot of time because for the school guys it was free and it was a very good time. It was wonderful, and I don't see that they suffering. But maybe I was little, but I don't think they have beaten. I don't know. They just very starving like this. I think they have good conditions, and we have good opportunity to see your own eyes.
Yeah, with your own. And on the second hand, can you imagine if every student wants to see these animals face to face, then all of them just will be like have to go to wild places and see them. So it can harm our nature even but so this one is this option in my opinion it's like a good so we can save our nature.
Okay, all right, let me mention something interesting here then. Now, if every country or city in the world had or would want to have a certain species of animals, what would happen to this species in the wildlife? There is a risk of extinction. Wouldn't you think so?
Do you think so, really? Because I know that these animals they cost very expensive, and instead of killing them, they will treat them very like accurate and good. So it is against extinction, I think.
Yeah, I just thought I'll mention that. Okay, no problem. Anyone else would like to add anything about this first one?
I think so. It's very awesome, but awesome in abroad. When I was in our Russian zoos, it was very. I don't know how to say. It's not pity this animal. I don't know. It's very cruel for me because it's very small area, and I'm against a mobile zoo in our country because mobile zoo is a cruel thing, and I think these people who have such mobile zoo should be in a prison. I'm sorry, Lydia, you have echo. Again? I'm thinking you opened one window in London. Can you close the microphone? Thank you very much. But when I was in Berlin, in Spain, it was awesome zoos with big area and animals were very beautiful with beautiful furs, and I think they're very pleased to be there.
Okay, so you think the animals that are well taken care of in
Yes,
some of those zoos, they're happy to be there.
Yes, and if we talk about cruel in zoos, so I think it's more cruel to take a pet at home, a cat, and this cat all their life, stay at home without see a real sun, without chat with another cat. It's more terrible for me than zoos, for example.
Yeah, this is an interesting topic, man. Yeah, a good point though with the pets. Yeah. Okay. Do you think that zoos will ever be banned in your country? Or you don't see that happening?
I cannot even imagine it.
So definitely not. It won't happen in Kazakhstan.
Yes, it's definitely not.
Does anyone have the opposite opinion?
I think that there is a species type of animals like a Siberian tiger, which can not live in natural conditions, and that's why there is a government program to save this type of tigers from extinction.
Very good.
And I think that its animals are very beautiful, and it's a good goal, and it's cool. I think it's there is beautiful animals, and why we can kill them? Why? We can save them. Because there is a little population of these tigers.
I think zoo it's very helpful for animals because people can treat them, and also I know that elephants can live until in the wild nature only until 60 years, but if they live with people, they can live until 80 years because they teeth can't become very small when they eating, and people give them more soft food when they have problem with teeth. In this case, they can live longer, but in nature, if they can't eat, they die. They are dead because of that. I heard the story in Thailand when our how to say person who tell about country. Who is it? This profession. Excursion. Guide. Yes. He told us about that problem with elephants. Yes. But with people they can live longer.
I have been in Singapore and I have seen their zoo. This zoo is real, like a very close to the wild. And in my opinion, I already told you that zoos, we just need to have these zoos because of educational reason and to save some extinct, like on the brink of extinction animals. And if all this question is how people are treated these animals, I think we can send our managers of zoos to the good zoos to learn from them how to make the things, how to do these things.
Very good. Excellent. Some good points mentioned. Well done. Yeah, I think there probably is, like Rinat mentioned, some animals or species of animals that are on the brink of extinction and need to be cared for or put in in zoos or in enclosures. I think you heard that in the audio. We will actually look at it here. It's right here. Yeah, those animals deserve to be, in these places. But just some food for thought. How do you think zoos actually started? Initially, did people just decide to put animals in, some sort of captivity for educational purposes?
No, I think it started like as a business.
Eventually, it developed and evolved into something more educational. But initially,
I wouldn't say that it's now really something educational. I think that it's still business now.
No, I don't think so, because the
Is
ticket.
museum, it's a business.
Museum, it's a business. Zoo, it's a business.
Really?
It's cheap prices. It's for the
Yeah,
educational
yes.
purposes.
the same.
It's
say
just for the running. This price for the ticket to the museum or the ticket for the zoo, it's just for living, for
Yes,
food,
for food.
beers.
No,
Yeah.
I disagree. It's the same that saying that zoo is not a business. It's the same that say that private school is not a business. It's just pure educational purposes, without any money.
I don't think that the zoos or museums has big profits like, I don't know, Coca-Cola or Apple.
Of
It's
course. Okay. So, if, for example, some store doesn't have a lot of profits as Coca-Cola, I cannot say that they're working for money.
Sound store.
Some stores.
Do you know difference between store and zoos and museum? Why do you talking about like it's the same? For
I'm pretty
me,
sure
that's
same.
I can't understand this position.
You just want to believe that people are so kind and they just having zoos just for educational purposes.
Yes, just for us, for our interesting. Yes, it's not. It's I'm sure that Zeus has a statement support maybe half of their I don't know, their monies, their wealth, because
Yeah, and
why? Because it's for educational purposes. It's for the zoologists. It's for painters. It's
yeah,
for
but
school, for students. It's like this.
okay, let's not forget let's not forget that we are living in the same countries. You are in Russia and you are in Russia and I'm in Ukraine, and I'm pretty sure what's going on here and there, because I can say that we are building roads just for the people, and there are no money in roads, and nobody steals from building roads.
It's
And you
we're
want to
talking
say that
about. It's another
nobody's
topic
no,
about
it's not about
corruption, about like this.
yes, because it's being financing from the government. It doesn't mean that nobody steals from it and nobody earns money
About
from
stealing.
it.
You said that it's the business. It's not a business,
Can I
fortunately.
interrupt you?
Yes.
yeah,
You're both right, and so to some kind, because zoos in Russia, they cannot be. I cannot say that they are totally commercial. They are totally only for benefits, because the owners of all the zoos generally is government. So as for in other countries, for many like in European countries, they have their private owners, and for them it's like a real business, and that is the way, that is the main reason that those like in Singapore's quality are very high, and they treat animals very well. And whereas we consider those as a government place or structure, then in this special place happening something not so good. So in my opinion, it would be better if those were private and like a business.
Yeah, of course.
yeah,
Because
Good point of.
yeah. Very good. Let me just get in there for a little bit. Very good point mentioned. Because it might vary from country to country. It's not the same in every country. Some might be purely, more closer to educational and the benefit of the people. Some others more business. I think in most cases it's a bit of both. I might be wrong, I might be right, I don't know. I'm not involved in owning a zoo. I've never worked at a zoo, so I wouldn't know. But I think it's a bit of both, give or take in a different country, like Rinat mentioned. So it's debatable. We won't know for sure until we do a bit more research on it. Yeah. Okay, so let us move on, guys. We had a good discussion about this. It's a very can be sensitive. Some people don't like to see animals in captivity or in zoos. So I can see how it can be a little bit sensitive. But let's look at this vocabulary here. So we have 12 in total. Let's see if you can match them correctly. Ksenia, could you start with the first one, please?
Modernized.
Modernized.
Modernized. Modernized.
Have you heard of this word before?
Updated, made new.
Yeah, good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Okay, how would you use this modernized word in a sentence?
Nowadays we have modernized zoos with a big area for animals and beautiful architecture in there.
Inside, yep.
Inside.
That's good. Yeah. Nowadays we have more modernized zoos with more space for the animals.
Maybe
as well as
a landscape, not architecture. Landscape.
Perhaps
inside.
would be better.
Mm-hmm.
Very good sentence. Thank you. Okay, Lydia, number 2.
Profits, the money earned above the costs.
Very good.
A.
Mm-hmm.
Profits.
You know this word, yeah?
Yes. When people launch business, they want to have profits.
Yes. Yeah. When people, anyone who does business, they want to have profits. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Next one. Stas?
Funding. I think it's money from outside sources to help with a program.
Very good. Yes.
Yeah.
Money from outside sources to help with a program. How would you use funding?
And sentence. Zoos. It's necessary for zoos to get funding. I don't know, to
From?
what?
Yeah, it's necessary for zoos to get funding from
States, from
Good.
government.
Excellent. Yes. Yeah, a lot of zoos do get funding from the government, the state government, and so on. I believe. Yeah, I might be wrong, but I think that's true. Good sentence. Okay, what about 4? Rinat.
Enclosure. It is actually my first time when I meet it, but because it's closed, I think it is.
Good. So something to do with
Opposite of the wild, yeah?
no.
It is captivity, maybe.
Maybe K.
Yes. Okay.
Secure area for animals in a park or zoo. Yes.
Yeah, enclosure. Something that's enclosed, yeah, or closed. Enclosure. So this is a noun. How would you use this in a sentence?
I have no idea.
You always had such good sentences for me.
It's the first time I hear.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Remember that motto? This morning we did it with Winston Churchill. Who remembers it? Lydia. Were you there?
What?
And Stas.
I can connect it, enclosure, and Winston Churchill.
No, what's the motto? The motto.
Success consists failure after failure.
Yes, Rinat, you remember it?
Yes. I think for wild lion, it is very hard to get used to live in enclosed area.
In enclosure.
In
Oh,
an
in
enclosure.
Oh,
In an enclosure, yeah.
Yes.
cool.
Very good. Yeah, it is very difficult for a lion to get used to living in an enclosure. Very good. See, you can do it. Excellent. All right, next one. Irina?
Nature habitat. Um,
A lot of new words, I believe.
It's opposite.
E?
Yes?
Yeah, good.
Opposite of the wild.
No, no, no. Opposite letter. 5 and opposite year. E.
Mm-hmm.
The ideal surrounding for a specific type of animal.
Yes. So the natural habitat, the ideal surroundings for a specific type of animal. Irina, how would you put a nice sentence together for us?
In the zoo, koala need a good natural. No. Yes. A good natural habitat for them. For living.
Okay, good. So koalas need a natural habitat.
I correct understand this.
Yeah. But usually in a zoo, a zoo is not a natural habitat.
Yeah.
But they need to make like natural.
Yeah.
Maybe the natural habitat conditions.
It's impossible to make natural in zoo for koala.
Yeah. As soon as there is a fence or a cage or some enclosure, doesn't matter how big it is, it kind of can't be a natural habitat because they are still enclosed.
Yeah, so they can try only restore natural habitat conditions.
Yes.
Maybe for koala is Australian forest is natural habitat, maybe like this.
Yes, good.
It would be more proper.
Yeah, so certain animals need to be in their natural habitat in order to survive. Some animals cannot be themselves when they are in an enclosure, for example. So they need to be out in the wild.
Some animals cannot spawn in such conditions in the zoos.
Yes, very good. That's
Because
true.
it's a big stress.
Yes, because they have intellect, some to a certain degree, so they know when they are not free. Yeah, and some of them actually they suffer from that. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Cyril?
Captivity. Okay, captivity. Okay, so the closest meaning, I think, that opposite of the wild. No.
Yes, and that's the correct meaning.
Yeah,
Well
so the person can be held under the captivity for a prison, for example.
Yeah.
In a prison.
Yeah, to be held captive.
Yeah, under the captivity. Yes. But in this case, if we are talking about the zoos, yes, so it's an opposite of the wild.
Yeah, with animals. Okay, give us a sentence with captivity when it comes to animals.
Okay. Okay, some animal cannot reproduce while they are under the captivity.
Very good.
In captivity.
Yeah, when they are in captivity. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, 7. Maxim.
Endangered species.
Good. Yes, endangered species.
Species. It's maybe B.
B. No, it's not
No.
B.
Endangered.
Rinat mentioned it earlier in one of his sentences. When animals are on the brink of extinction, even you mentioned a sentence to that.
Maybe it's G. No.
G?
Endangered species.
This one?
J.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I
J,
did not mention
J.
it as well.
Animal group. No.
It's J. It's gonna be J. Yeah, so an animal group that is at risk of dying out completely. This is a phrasal verb, dying out. Yeah, to die out means to be extinct. Okay, so how would you use endangered species?
There is such of type endangered species like Siberian tiger who can die out completely.
Yes.
In natural conditions.
In captivity or in unnatural habitat. Very good. Yeah, that's good. Your sentence is good. I just added a few more things. But that's a good sentence, yeah? That's a good example when it comes to the Siberian tiger. Okay, 8. Ksenia.
Animal refuge. It's a safe place to look after sick or at-risk animals.
Yeah. Animal refuge is a safe place to look after sick or at-risk animals.
This eagle was very bad, but after animal refuge, she could to come back to his natural habitat.
But after being
Being.
being in an animal refuge, because this is a place.
Yes, but
Yeah.
after being in animal refuge, she could come back to his natural habitat.
Very good. Excellent. Good sentence. Okay. Next one, Lydia.
Aquarium. It's a park that contains 40 species, also the tank itself.
Yes.
I should make up sentence about zoo aquarium or any aquarium.
If you can link it to the zoo, that'll be good.
Children like to watch how interesting kind of fishes swimming in aquarium.
Yes, yeah. Children like to observe or watch different types of fish in aquariums. Yeah, very good. Okay, 10. Stas.
Rehabilitation. It's D, returning good health and safety to animals.
Yeah.
Rehabilitation is important part of zoo treatment for captured animals.
I don't think you need to put zoo treatment.
Okay.
You can just say captured animals, yeah?
Okay.
Or injured, captured animals that were injured. Yeah, so they were captured because they needed to be taken care of. So they need proper rehabilitation.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Okay, second last one, Renat.
Reject. This one is to say no, to deny. In this case, it is, I think, to become highly discussed issue again, or
No, that's not the one.
is it not?
No, you're actually your own.
Welcome then.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. So your understanding of reject, you already knew that. Yeah.
For example, I should to reject their proposal because of some reason.
Yeah. I should or need to reject. I should reject their proposal because of their.
Their policy. I don't like their policy.
Yeah, because I disagree with their policies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very good. Okay, last one. Irina.
Heat up. To become a highly discussed issue again.
Yes.
Okay. What does it mean again? No, actually I understand what this word means, but in context.
Okay, so to become a highly discussed issue again.
So it's like it was highly discussed before, and for sometimes it was not discussed, and then discussed again.
Yeah, in a way. It doesn't have to be again, but something that's highly discussed, an issue that is highly discussed. It can be about anything, a debate about something,
Okay, I understand. So the situation about zoo is highly discussed or is heat up in our group.
Yeah, no, it heats up, or it heated up.
It heated up in our group.
In our group. Okay, yeah, that's.
Hey, Alan, I have a question.
Grammatically correct. Yes.
Can I say it's being heated up in our group?
It's been heated up. It depends what context you want to put it in.
The zoo problem is being heated up in our conversation right now.
That means it's in the process of,
Yeah, so right now, okay, yeah. So
it's finished, so it happened already. So you wouldn't use present or past perfect.
It's being so. It's mean if we were arguing about some issues right now, and then I could say that it is being heated up.
Yeah, that's it. You can use it now if it's happening now or about to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now I see. Thanks.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right, guys. We've got about 4 minutes. It's a very short text. So let's see if we can read this. So get three students to read this. Whose turn was it last? Heat up. Irina, was you, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Cyril, please read the first paragraph.
Did you go to zoos as a child? Could we live without zoos? Some zoological parks are educational. Modernized zoos in large cities use profits for wildfire protection and research. Smaller zoos has limited funding. It's very costly to build zoo enclosures that functions like an animal natural habitat.
Very good. Well read. Very fast.
Thanks.
Excellent. Keep it up. Okay, second one, Maxim.
Maxim, you are muted.
Sorry. Some animal rights groups think captivity is cruel and unnecessary. They argue that animals should never be caged for public viewing. Will future zoos be limited to endangered species parks and animal refuges? Many aquariums are moving to this direction. The new focus is on rehabilitation for animals rather than entertainment for humans.
Very good, thank you. Yeah, well read. This here, how do we pronounce this? It's plural. Animal?
Refugees.
No, refugees would be different.
Refugees?
Refuges.
Refuges.
Yeah, like judges. One judge, two judges. Refuge, refuges. Okay? Refugee would be double E and means something different. Okay? All right, and the last one? Ksenia?
Reintroducing captive animals to a natural habitat is tricky. Hunting in forests and oceans can be less attractive than being hand-fed by humans. Many rehabilitated animals are rejected by their own species. Trainers understand that it is tricky to work with animals. The zoo debate heats up whenever a deadly attack occurs in public. We know a lot about animals' behavior from zoos. We also know a lot about dinosaurs. How did we learn too much about the T-Rex without observing it in person?
Very good. Well read. Thank you, Ksenia. So we've run out of time, so unfortunately we won't be able to go through some of these comprehension questions. And on the next page, I'd like you to complete these fill in the blank exercise, and also the one below that, just to make sure you understood the vocabulary. Okay, so I've given you the link in the chat. Please tell me if it works. Can you open the link in the chat?
Yes.
Yeah, it works. Lovely.
Yes.
Okay, good. So there you have it. Yeah, there's a bit more here to be done on the second page, but we had a good discussion. And yeah, I thank you for that. Are there any questions before I leave you?
No.
No.
All good. Lovely. All right, well, I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.